Hey guys, what's going on? Back again with another Zombies video. As you guys have seen on Twitter and YouTube, the new or the next round of clickbait Zombie Chronicles 2 videos has hit. Stuff that I mentioned months ago, it's going to go back and forth between the big channels and maybe the small channels that need to cash in also, going between hate videos for Vanguard and clickbait Zombie Chronicles 2 videos and Transit videos. So now we're in the cycle back on the fake clickbait Zombie Chronicles 2 videos, and I've mentioned before in the previous clickbait videos, everybody loves money. The reason people do this is just to generate cash. The big channels are god awful at making or content for Vanguard. The game is insanely difficult for the big channels. There's no wonder weapons. The only thing we have is the ray gun and a shield. And as you guys know from past zombie videos and years of zombie games, that the big channels, they need wonder weapons. They need like 5 wonder weapons. They need perkaholic. They need gobblegums. That's the only game that they know to make content with, because again, Vanguard is insanely difficult. It's kind of a little bit a notch down below Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4 being probably one of the hardest ones because there's no juggernaut and there's a lot of different types of zombies coming at you at the same time. So Vanguard is kind of on par with Black Ops 4. Again, as you can tell of what's going on, is the big channels, they can't play it, they can't handle it, because it's bare bones zombies. It's just zombies, guns, a shield and a ray gun, and that's it. You don't get any, golden sporks, you don't get any blundergats, you don't get any apothecon servants, you don't get any of that stuff. So again, like I mentioned, now we're on the other clickbait train, I guess I'll call it. It goes, like I said, it goes between the big channels. They go between hate videos, toxic hate videos, hating on the devs, hating on the games, hating on Treyarch, hating on Call of Duty, because they know that's what generates the most cash. And then they flip it a couple weeks or months later to clickbait Zombie Chronicles 2 videos, because that's what they know is also going to generate cash. And it's the unfortunate truth. I mentioned it before, that there is no college degree, there's no certificate, there's no standard for being a YouTuber. You just pretty much hit record. You could put up any garbage on, social media, and people are going to believe it. Again, so what really happens, and it's kind of the behind the scenes stuff that you guys don't know about, is the big channels they make fake Twitter accounts. They have friends that make fake Twitter accounts, and they say that they have an insider, and then they put up, clickbait saying, Modern Warfare 2 is getting remastered, Black Ops 2 is getting remastered, Zombie Chronicles 2 is going to happen, Black Ops 3 is going to get remastered, Primus is coming back, Victis is coming back. So with all that out of the way, like I said, this is just basically a cash grab video for everyone that puts these up. We all know it's not coming. The devs from Treyarch has said it's not coming. I said it wasn't coming. There's no story that's made for it. There's no script. I don't know if people have no idea how movies, TV shows, video games, and even books are made. There's got to be a script or a story for it. It doesn't just birth out of nowhere. Like, movies don't just come out of the fourth dimension, just pop into our world and be like, hey, this movie was made, nobody made it, nobody knows who made it, it's just popped out of thin air. There's this long line of script and steps that have to be gone through before a movie or a video game is made. Again, everything that happened in Cold War ended. Outbreak zones, were fixed. Zykov was banished back to the Dark Ether. Samantha's gone into Dark Ether. And as far as Victis, and this is the only thing I'm going to say, and I've said it before, so it's not like I'm revealing any secrets, is the fact that the Victis story was fan fiction written and implemented by Treyarch. I'm not going to say who wrote it, who sent it in, but ultimately Victis was going to get used by Richtofen, Primus, and Ultimus as they always do, is use people, and you saw it in Cold War, and I've mentioned this before. And then on top of that, the fan fiction said, and it's out there, you just have to go do your research and look for it yourself, that that Victus was going to sacrifice themselves for the good of the game and the good of the story, and that was going to be the end of Victus. Aside, paralleling the fact that all Primus and Ultimus has done throughout the years was use people, especially Richtofen, and it's been said in, I think, in the early games, I think maybe even Black Ops 3, there's some radios or ciphers or something like that it talks about Richtofen using people, and he's always used people. I don't know if Maxis necessarily is the same way, but I know it was even in World at War scene. The evil doctor wants all the power, whatever the cipher was for that one at World at War in the profile section that was solved during Black Ops 3, I believe. Again, so all this is just clickbait. All it is just a cash as a cash grab video for people. They know it's not made. There's no story. The devs want to move on. I've said it before. I'm not going to say which devs have said it because, of course, toxic zombie YouTubers want to take any little thing out of context and make a hate video out of it. But the devs have said it. Like, they themselves don't like repeating. Even, I should have probably included it, but even Craig Houston himself has said it. The number one thing devs and artists don't want to do is keep creating the same stuff over and over. They want to try new stuff. They want to break the boundaries. They want to go to the next step, go further, see what new they can do. The unfortunate truth, and I've mentioned this before, is zombie YouTubers and Treyarch zombies are complete opposites. Zombie YouTubers just want to create the same content over and over and over because they don't have a job. This is the only way that they get money. Kids no longer go get jobs at McDonald's, Walmart, Target, those low-end jobs, gas attendant, maybe volunteering at a hospital or something like that. Kids these days, they don't do that. They don't do internships. They just go on social media and they make cash that way. Like I said, if you ask any of them to play the game, if you ask any of them about the story and the deep meaning behind stuff, none of them's going to know what goes on or anything like that. So, again, it's all just clickbait. It's all just cash grab. If YouTube didn't pay people money or social media, and you couldn't make millions of dollars from social media, people wouldn't even waste their time making videos. People would just be doing the same thing, going to work, then coming home and playing video games. But because, like I said, the fact is there's no more of those like paperboy routes. There's no more of those like minimum wage jobs. People know now just to go on social media. They use their personality and looks, and they just hit record and put anything up. There's even these zombie YouTubers and Warzone streamers and zombie streamers that what they do now is just put up other people's content and make it their content and just narrate over it, make some BS comments and call it their content. It's pretty unfortunate. That's just the way that they are. And I've mentioned it before. I'm going to say it again, and I know it's the elephant in the room. Before Black Ops 6 comes out in 2023 or 2024, Treyarch, Call of Duty, Activision, Xbox has to find a way to separate themselves from these toxic hate channels. It's gonna happen because it's just the way executives are, managers are. They make they make a lot of the wrong decisions because they're under pressure. They're gonna fly these same toxic people out. The cycle is gonna continue. They're gonna fly out these toxic hate zombie YouTubers out to California, out to the studios, to record content before everybody else, give them exclusive interviews, and then the next generation of hate videos are just going to pop up from these channels. And it's the unfortunate truth. The only thing I've said, and I'm going to say it again, plain as day, is the only hope that Call of Duty Treyarch has is Deviation Games making a zombies game, so we can finally get rid of these toxic zombie YouTubers. They're probably hopefully going to go to Blondel's Deviation game and destroy their game, make a bunch of hate videos, cash in on it. That's the only way Treyarch Call of Duty can get rid of this. Unfortunately, like I said, I know the facts are managers make pretty much 99% of managers make the wrong decisions. So they're gonna fly these people out again, the same 4 or 5 clowns that don't know how to play the game, don't know the story. All they do is click record and make clickbait videos. They haven't solved anything at all. They just kind of make videos on what other people have solved. And I've mentioned before, I stopped giving them answers. If I do give them answers, I'm going to give it to Treyarch and the Zombies community first before I give it to anyone on any of the big toxic hate channels. Like I said, I'm just going to give the answers to them first. Somebody actually came to me with a solve or something that they thought was a solve, and they asked for my opinion on it. I said, hey, give it to Treyarch first. Show Treyarch that you solved it first before anybody else, before you give it to these hate channels. Give it to Treyarch, give it to the devs, send it to them on Twitter. Let them, so you get your credit for it, because the devs care more that you solve stuff than toxic zombie hate YouTuber hate channels. They care about it more than those zombie YouTubers. So give it to them on Twitter. I mean, they might find it annoying, but hey, at least you gave it to them first. And that's something that I started way back in Black Ops 3 when I realized everything I was solving, these hate channels would just put a negative spin on it and then pump out a video, or they would clickbait somebody. So my opinion to that person, I don't know if that was a troll or if it was a real solve, because they said they had a bunch of answers for some stuff, and I told them I don't want it. I mean, you have to be careful what you put out there, because again, people are just gonna put a negative spin on it. They're gonna try and debunk your theory. They're gonna try and discredit you. So I said, hey, give it to the Treyarch devs on Twitter. Give it to Treyarch's Twitter feed. Show them that you solved it first. Maybe they'll acknowledge it. Maybe they won't. Maybe they're not allowed to. But it was some interesting stuff that made me think about, the deeper meaning behind zombies and stuff like that. So again, the good thing is the shining layer, or whatever it's called, the silver lining is I've seen some toxic zombie YouTubers now say that they know this video is clickbait. They know the news is clickbait, but they're just gonna cash in on it. They basically are now admitting, some of them, that they're cashing in on the next round of Zombie Chronicles 2 clickbait. Anyways, that's pretty much everything I said in here. Is pretty much stuff that I've said before. Probably when not clickbait, when season 3 comes out, it's gonna go back to hate videos. Season 3 is the worst, Zombies the worst, Vanguard Zombies the worst, and then after that, they're gonna do more Zombie Chronicles 2 clickbait videos, and then it's gonna go back and forth, the endless cycle. And again, Treyarch needs to block these people on Twitter. They need to get rid of them. They need to pretend Black Ops 3 never happened. The unfortunate truth is, the more you stick to Primus and Ultimates, the more these toxic people are gonna stick around. Literally, all their channels are dead. All the hate channels are dead, unless it's making hate videos or making clickbait videos. They don't. The biggest troll, biggest hater is probably the one that's the worst at Vanguard Zombies. Anyways, I'll leave it at that. I'll see you guys later.